everybody, this is Christina at Scrapcraft and Stitchery. I am participating in the July Junk Journal Challenge 2025 hosted by Lee at Lee Creates. Her channel name is Lee's Art and Junk Journal Wonderland. I hope you'll check out her channel if you see this. Wonderful collaboration she's hosting. Today is day 15 of the challenge. We are starting week 4. So we have one more full week and then one more almost full week left in the challenge. Today is written in the margins, so that is what I'm going to be doing today in my junk journal. I last week started going in my accordion fold journal. I started coming back to the beginning of the journal, which was very exciting for me. So here we are. This will be day 15. Let's see what we can create. So what I'm thinking is I have these images that I've already done, and I kind of like this one. These are on watercolor paper. This one I really kind of explored colors, mixing the red and the green. I'm probably going to use this one and maybe this one. I'm just looking for something that I can use as a focal point for this page, and this may be the time to use this. So these are just some images that I've sketched. So I might just cut this out. I'll tell you, I am not really sure what I'm doing with this prompt, and I've kind of procrastinated for a while because I wasn't really sure what I really wanted to do for this prompt, because it's so open. It's really about those things that happen on the sidelines, maybe, or the things that you think while you're looking at life, going through your life, and then what your reactions to it are. I guess that's what I mean written in the margins is, right? It's what you're thinking as you're reacting to what you're doing. So I have done a couple of captions for this. Now is what I'm going to do is I think I really kind of want to do a little bit of background for this. I want to make this really layered. So I have a focal point and I have something to start with, and is what I'm going to do now is I want to really make some layers on this. At this point, I'm going to pull out my Needle Killer crayons. These are great. You could use any kind of a water-soluble pastel, which is more or less what these are. I want to add a little bit of just light colors. There's already some blue in here. My focal points have some blue and some green. I'm going to kind of keep these in colors that are similar. I think yellow and green, I mean, you know, are a little bit the same. I'm gonna go over this too with some white paint, and I'm hoping, so this should be dissolve into the paint and it will give me a nice light effect. So I'm going to stay with really light colors for this. I don't want this to be, I want it to be subtle color in here. I do want it to give it a little bit of interest, a little bit of something, you know? So I'm going to stay with blue and green. That yellow was citron, and it's kind of the lighter of the two yellows, the brighter of the two yellows that I have in my selection here. And I'm gonna go with blues and greens, and I'm just kind of putting these on here randomly to provide just a tiny bit of color. And I have turquoise and I have light blue. They seem so close to me. I'm gonna choose this one actually because it's a little bit lighter. And it's a little bit more like this. Okay. And of course turquoise is broken. So let's put that in there. I don't know. I'm just kind of extending where the blue already exists. This should kind of fade some into the background. Adding some more yellow. Maybe I'm adding too much. We shall see. We shall see. I just like this olive, light olive color. It's very appealing. Over the brighter green that I have that's also very light. So anyway, the green and the yellow are very similar in tone and in shade. So anyway, I'm gonna cover this in white. I can always add more white, but I do kind of want this background is very white, so I want it to kind of pop out. So I have titanium white and I have zinc white, and zinc white should be a little more translucent, where the titanium white should be more opaque, so it's going to cover more. And I am going to start with the zinc white for the reason of, like I said, I kind of want this to not completely cover the background. I want some of this text to show through. I want some of the background to be visible. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to see where it goes. This probably is going to turn into green. Let's see. And that would be perfectly fine. There's lots of green in here, and this can be a green page. We are certainly pro-green at my house. So let's see what happens. Fingers crossed. We can always add more white, and if this does not do something we're happy with. It is a beautiful day here with me playing with my crayons any which way. Definitely is what I'm deciding right as we're doing this is I'm gonna definitely come and put some of the titanium white around these edges and create some margins, because I want to have something where I can write in the margins is really kind of what I'm after here. However, I like this in that I am getting color. The color is muted. It's not super bright. So here's where I'm at now, and what I'm happy about is I can see this text, so that's good. It is knocked back, the color has been added in, and that's great. If I let this dry, it's going to become permanent, and that's great. And so that was the zinc white. Now is what I want to do is I'm going to go back and add the titanium white just around the edges of this to kind of frame it out. Because what I want here is for there to be more coverage. And I'm just going to add this directly to this page. If I had let this dry a little bit more, it's not going to blend in. And I'm just going to add this with my finger. I am really liking where this is going. So you can see this gets a much heavier coverage, which is what we wanted here. I am going to let this dry really well. And I'll be back in a little while, and I'm going to do some writing in the margins and around here for completing this page. So what I've done so far is I have basically created, this is kind of a botanical sketch of some fantastical flowers that I have created in my imagination, and I am going to come back and make a few more notes about these in the margins. I am really going out and playing like I am a botanist today, but this needs to dry, so there is that. There is that. Yes, Graham. So I have been joined by Grim, who is here having a nap, and I have disturbed him. So he has some things to say. He is also going to include some cat hair in this project. That's lovely as well. Yes, good boy. Go back to CP. So I just want to add some notes to this botanical page. Wow, it is bright. So I'm just gonna do some writing in the margins and add a little bit of, I don't know, I'm not sure what I'm gonna write, but I do kind of, I'm not sure what the best way to add notes. I was thinking it would be fun to just kind of add notes with maybe a pencil. So we can do whatever we want. So now I think I want to go in and add something of a border in either white or black maybe. I guess I could do black, but I think it's probably what I'm gonna do. These are watercolor crayons or pencils. Actually, let's go back to the Neocolor. I'm gonna add a green border around this using the Neocolor crayons. That keeps us kind of in the same load. And I am gonna like go ahead and go around this. This is going to fade out some of my writing in the margin, and I think that that will be great and fine. I am gonna go around this to make my focal points kind of stand out, and it will push some of this writing. As I've said, this writing is going to fade out, and that's okay. So this is my written in the margins. I kind of wanted to make this page a page of, it's kind of a botanical journal page. These were just some botanical image, watercolor images that I had made a month or two ago. And they're not real plants. They could have been, but they're not. And I wanted this to look like a botanical book, so I did write a little caption for both of these images, and I made a background. It has turned very, very green with the addition of the second round of Neocolor crayons. I'd kind of intended for that to just be a border. But I like this a lot. And then, yes, Graham. And I have written all around these and kind of covered that up and faded it into the background, but you can still see some of the writing that I had originally done around these. And then I wrote around the edge of the leaf and this plant, and I just did a little bit of journaling about how I feel about nature. So it's kind of another layer of there's kind of this fictional botanical entry, botanical notebook feeling going on here. And then I did actually use this, and the margins where I've written this is the most true thing. Everything else is kind of fictional. But my feelings about nature and whatnot, actually, what's written in the margins is the actual focal point of this page, which I think is really kind of an interesting take on this. I had a lot of fun making this. I am probably going to go around this again and kind of add a little more white using my white Stabilo pen, but that is my written in the margins page. This is the 4th week. This is the 4th week of the July Junk Journal Challenge. Check out the other creators, see what they're doing for these challenges. You know, It's been so much fun for me. I have really and truly enjoyed working on these pages and just enjoyed the time that I've got to spend in my junk journal. And I am really enjoying like how this is growing, and I hope that you are too. Thank you so much for joining. Check out the other channels. Check out hashtag JJJC2025 for more. Check out Lee's channel. I will link that in the comments. I'll remember to do that this time. Enjoy your day. I hope you get to create something. Until next time, you know, stitch scrappily, scrap happily. Goodbye.